CBS News has obtained a taped phone conversation. The voices are purportedly the father of the 13-year-old boy who is accusing Michael Jackson of molesting him and the boy's stepfather. The conversation was taped in July before the police began their investigation.
This man is going to be humiliated beyond belief. He will not believe it. He will not believe what's going to happen to him. Beyond his worst nightmares. So one more record. If I go through with this, I win big time. I will get everything I want. There will be destroyed forever.
From the beginning, Jackson's private investigator said the accusations were brought about by a failed extortion attempt and says the taped conversation reinforces that.
It spells out everything to me that this was an extortion attempt from the very beginning. It was all planned.
The problem, of course, was that Michael Jackson was practically convicted in the court of public opinion. In fact, polls show that 72% of the population, those polled, had an unfavorable opinion of Michael Jackson after these accusations. So it did hurt him.
What about his financial situation?
It hurt him financially as well.
Did you ever sexually engage, fondle, have sexual contact with this child or any other child?
Never, ever. I could never harm a child or anyone. It's not in my heart. It's not who I am. And with that, I was like catatonic. I was outraged.
How much money was it?
Totally outraged. So what I said, I have got to do something to get out from under this nightmare. We got together again with my advisors, and they advised me, it was hands down, a unanimous decision, resolve the case. This could be something that could go on for 7 years. The idea just isn't fair, what they put me through, because there wasn't one piece of information that says I did that.
But let me ask you
to
a
this
couple
day,
of questions.
nothing. Still nothing.
Let me ask you a couple.
Nothing.
Nothing. I got nothing.
What happened at the house? That's what all these things that people are
that's
concerned
what's so
about.
weird,
What did happen?
Nothing happened, I mean, nothing really. I mean, we played video games, we played it as an amusement park. Well, the thing is with that whole thing is that, they go, oh, you slept in the same bedroom as him. It's like, I don't think you understand. Michael Jackson's bedroom is 2 stories. And it has like 3 bathrooms and this and that. So when I slept in his bedroom, yeah, but you have to understand the whole scenario. And the thing is with Michael is that he's not very good at explaining himself, and he never really has been, because he's not a very social person. I mean, you're talking about someone who's been sheltered and sheltering himself also for the last 30 years, or and so he's not very good at communicating to people and not very good at conveying what he's actually trying to say to you. And so when he says something like that, people, he doesn't quite understand why people react the way that they do.
Why do you think he likes young people so
It's because the same reason why he liked me was the fact that I didn't care who he was. That was the thing. I talked to him like he was a normal human being. And that's what, and kids do that to him, because he's not, I mean, he's Michael Jackson, the pop singer, but he's not the god of, the king of pop or anything like that. He's just, a guy who's actually very kid-like himself and wants to go out there and wants to play video games with you.
Did your parents encourage it?
They weren't against it. It wasn't like they encouraged it or pushing me upon it. It was just kind of like I wanted to hang out with him, and they were fine with it.
So what do you make of what he's going through now?
Like I said, it's unfortunate, and it's a circus right now.
You think it's a bad rap?
I think so, yeah. I mean, it's, listen, look what happened the first time this happened to him. If someone had done something like that to my kid, I wouldn't just settle for some money. I'd make sure the guy was in jail, and it just really goes to show, I mean, as soon as, they got the money and they ran, I mean, that's really what happened the first time, and so...
The 3 bodyguards he trusted with his life speaking out for the first time. Ashley Banfield spent 3 days with the men who put their lives on the line for the king of pop.
And they say it's because someone has to defend this guy. They want to call the book in defense of the king. And really theirs is a story about a man who is sad and lonely, but mostly an amazing father.
Paparazzi swarming at the gate, even hiding in the trees. But it was in this house that these men learned more about Michael Jackson than almost anyone else.
Was he a good dad?
Awesome. Yes. Awesome. The kids would constantly tell him, I love you, Daddy. Right. Things like that. So it was like the 4 buddies, I mean, that was their world.
And they say he did all he could to shield Prince, Paris, and Blanket from the media frenzy.
Was he a pedophile?
No, we don't believe so.
I don't believe so.
Not at all. Being a father myself and being a man, men know men.